Hi there, and welcome to My Majestical World, where we are inspired and empowered to see the beauty in us, for us, and around us. And today's video is about vision boards and how creating one can change your life. In today's video, we are going to be talking about what is a vision board, why you should make one, and who are they for. I'm also going to share with you my personal vision board journey and why I so strongly believe in these tools to help you believe in yourself. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over how you can get started making your own. And I really feel like I'm starting to learn maybe what my channel is about. This is just another form of creation. This is another form of acknowledging, seeing, and bringing beauty into our world for us and in us. If you've ever done a vision board and it has completely changed your life, please let me know, either in the comments or find me on Instagram and send me a message. I love hearing stories of where people have decided to live purposefully for themselves and for those around you. So connect with me. If you know what a vision board is and you don't want to hear my story, you can go ahead and fast forward to this time and it'll get you right onto the path of how you can start your vision board journey step by step. First thing, what is a vision board? A vision board is just a space, whether it is a piece of paper, whether it's a cork board. It can be as fancy as you want to be. It can even be like a Pinterest board. And it's a board where you write down your goals in life, or you write down the things that you want to bring into your life. A vision board helps you to get clarity on what you really want in life. It gives you a spiritual direction on what to invite and to manifest into fruition. Whether it's the things that you want, whether it's the feelings that you want, whether it's the people or the relationships that you want, anything. Absolutely anything that you want more of in your life or you want to change in your life, you put this on a board, and it's like a board of intentions. These are kind of like the 5 main topics that I work with a vision board. You have your career, business, school, anything like that. And then you have your family relationships, you have your health, your travel, and your purpose. For me personally, I like a board that I can visually see every day. That way it keeps my goals and the idea that I have for life in a focus. Quick kind of clarity here. There's also this thing called dream boards. Dream boards and vision boards, I believe that dream boards are more for long term, like something that's like 3-5 years out. I still put that on my vision board because even though I know that some of these visions and some of these goals are going to take longer than others. If you need clarity between the two, then you can have a dream board and a vision board, but I just go for the vision board. Who can make a vision board? Absolutely anyone. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. Anyone can have a vision board. You, it doesn't matter who you are. You get to decide what that you want to bring into your life. No age limit. You're not too young. You're not too old. If you're living, breathing, thinking, you can create a vision board. Why should you create a vision board? So we've gone over the what, we've gone over the who, and now here's the why. And whether you realize it or not, we're constantly inviting different things into our life. Our emotions, our relationships, the people, the opportunities, we are inviting those in, whether we are consciously or subconsciously doing it. We are attracting the things that we're attracting things in our life. Now this could get a little deeper, like I didn't attract the bad stuff in my life. That's not what this video is about. All this video is to kind of focus more on the positive and how you can, maybe if you have a bunch of things in your life that you don't want in your, I kind of help you start a practice where you can change some of those things. You creating a vision board, it enhances your motivation, your confidence, your self-efficiency, your motor performance, and it increases your state of flow. It is a lot of setting clear expectations for yourself. Like, you can't just create a vision board and set it to the side and do nothing to hold yourself accountable. It's a tool that you can use. The board itself isn't magic, but it brings out the magic within you. I feel like I have to share with you my vision board journey. I'm not going to share all of the nitty-gritty details, but I am going to share a lot of the high points. The high points of when I first was introduced to vision boards, my personal investment with my vision board. As time evolved, that became a more crucial part of my vision board journey. I hope by sharing my story, it will encourage you to pause and go inward and see and harness your power that is divinely created in you. I basically had left everything. I wasn't at my rock bottom because I knew that I had made the decision to get myself where I was. I had just moved to Connecticut, I left my family, I left my clientele. I was extremely scared and everything was so new. So my first vision board was the beginning of some pretty amazing life changes. Was it easy? Not so much. Was it just straight uphill? Absolutely not. Was it straight downhill? Absolutely not. It was kind of like this crazy, chaotic roller coaster that you just have to ride. You're choosing to get on the ride. So I had just got hired at the current salon that I'm at and just left my clientele of 13 years. I knew absolutely no one. Zero, nada. The first time I built my clientele, I had a community backing me up. I was a preacher's kid, and so there was a church congregation. There were people from my hometown. I had already kind of established myself. This time I knew zero people. Zero. So I started at this new salon. We had a session each month with our manager, and she talked to us about goals. So I had just moved from Alabama. She's talking to me about goals, and I'm living in my future mother-in-law's unfinished basement. I know absolutely no one. I have zero clientele, zero friends. The culture here was completely different. I was scared to death that I had just made the worst mistake of my life. And we're talking about what do you want in life? I didn't know what I wanted other than I needed to make some money. So on my first vision board, it was just a piece of paper. So I put on there that I needed to build enough of a clientele to make $1,000 a week. That was it. I had already been a goal setter. So I had already set goals and achieved goals. My mom is one that taught me about that when I first started doing hair. And I also had a lot of great encouragement before my first vision board, before I actually put anything down, was like my dad always told me, like, you can do and you can be anything that you set your mind to. So on hindsight, helped me to see that I already had somewhat of a platform or somewhat of some encouragement to go forward with this. Anyways, I say all that to say I was very fortunate to have the support system that I had before even going into creating a vision board. However, you can create this support system. If you don't have this, that's even more of a reason for you to make one. So 2012, I'm first introduced to vision board. I had done goal setting, but vision boards is more of putting it on a piece of paper so it holds you more accountable to it. So I was starting over for the third time in my life with the third household, only this time it was just me and my partner. So I had $0 and I had 0 connections. I needed to make a livable wage and build a clientele. I didn't put down an exact dollar amount. I think it was $1,000 a week is what I had put on my first piece of paper. Vision board was basically this right here, a piece of paper. That was October of 2012. So let's go to 2013. 6 months later, I had started building my clientele, but then I got a management position. So that gave me the money that I had put on my vision board. 6 months after my first one, I got the management position, and I had already basically built enough of a clientele to where the two things very much so evened out together. So then with things happening that fast, I decided to go back to my vision board, go back to my piece of paper, and really started kind of looking at life and possibilities, and just kind of, I was open at that point. I had nowhere to go but up. But by creating my vision board and things happening so fast, I watched the video, The Secret. To be honest with you, I haven't read the book, but I watched the video, and you can watch that on YouTube or on Netflix. And I'll see if I can find the YouTube link and post that below. After watching The Secret, I started practicing my gratitude attitude. I had that way back when, but I had developed just a very negative attitude. So I really had to start practicing an attitude of gratitude. At the 6-month mark, I put friends on my vision board. And then at the 9-month mark, I actually, people were coming into my life, and I was creating friendships. I had, and in that place in my life, I got to where I didn't really trust a lot of people. So it was really cool to be able to see these friendships start to come into my life. And so at 9 months, I'm still growing my clientele. Well, I was finally making a livable wage, but I was making a livable wage to live in an unfinished basement livable wage. Definitely not what you're talking about thriving. And so therefore, I started putting more of a number count to it. And so at that point, I had then changed my $1,000 a week to where I needed to do $1,200 or $1,500 a week. So in that, I also created a plan for how to get that. Actually, in the summer of 2013, I put on my vision board that I wanted a black SUV, and then I wanted to move somewhere with brick walls and big window. That's what I put on my vision board in summer and fall of 2013. In 2014, by that spring, we were buying a condo at an old mill building that had brick walls and big windows. And so then I got my black SUV. So we're kind of coasting. I'm like, all right, so this is going pretty smooth. You just put it on a piece of paper and then you call it done. However, my SUV was not really super dependable. So then I went back to my vision board and put that I needed a reliable SUV. So I put that I wanted it to be at least a 2014. So now we're in 2015. And I wanted it to be at least 2014 or newer. And I wanted it to be dependable. And so put that on my vision board. 2015 is when I put that I wanted to become a $100,000 a year stylist. And so which basically means that I needed to do $2,000 a week in order to reach that goal. And I was really struggling with my weight, and I put that I wanted to lose 75 pounds. And I was still salon manager, and so of course I wanted to build a successful salon team. And within the year, I got a new car. I got a 2014 Hyundai Tucson. And it was black. It was a great car. Got me wherever I needed to go. My salon team was #1 in the district, and we were growing rapidly. I had hired on a lot of people, so I was seeing the success there. And I had lost 25 pounds that year. And so by the end of 2015, beginning of 2016, I was feeling pretty good. In 2015, I had lost 25 pounds, but by the end of the year, I had gained 30 pounds. So in 2016, I'm going through, I'm doing all the things that I need to do, and I have my vision board, and I know that it's real, but I was exhausted. I was exhausted from chasing my goals, from chasing my work's goals for me. I was exhausted from like being all the things I needed to be for all the people around me, for my spouse, for my friends, for my family, for my salon team. I was exhausted. I was pouring out of an empty cup. And on my vision board, everything up until this point was all things. Other than friends, it was all things. And so 2016, I took a break. I didn't take a break from my vision board, but I guess I was working 55 to 60 hours a week. I was exhausted. I was in a constant rat race. I was not living my dream. I was getting all the things on my vision board, but it was a year where I definitely withdrew a lot. And so in the middle of, or maybe like probably the spring of 2016 on my vision board then. Now, meanwhile, I'm still using a piece of paper. I'm still using, maybe I had done one picture vision board by this time, but for the most part, my monthly ones that I visited were always my piece of paper. And so, spring of 2016, on my vision board, my goals changed a lot. I needed work-life, home-life balance. I kept my goal of being a $100,000 stylist. I love doing hair. I love connecting with my clients. That was something that I still felt like I had control over. So I kept that goal. I still had the goal of losing 75 pounds, but at this point I had lost 25 but then gained 30, so now I want to lose 80 pounds. Still, I missed my family terribly, so I wanted to be able to start going home to see my family, going back to Alabama to see my family at least once or twice a year. I wanted to find a church or a community that I felt comfortable with and comfortable being part of, someplace where I could be active. My goals in 2016 changed a lot. It was no longer about the things, it was about Jessica's self-preservation. So in the summer of 2016, I quit my management position. I cut back my work schedule to 4 days a week with a maximum of 35 hours in 4 days. My goal was to stay as close to 30 hours a week as possible. Now with COVID, things are a little bit different, but it's on my vision board to go back to that. So by doing that, I was able to focus again on my creativity and my connections with people. My connections that I had with people was more of a business standpoint or a business mentality, and I had really lacked that personal connection with people because it was always business up here. I didn't know how to turn it off. So that year I created a personal career focus plan instead of a team or instead of a bigger mindset career purpose plan, just for me. So by the end of that year, I had also gained another 25 pounds, I think. So at this point, I had lost 25 and I had probably gained about 50 pounds since moving to Connecticut. And so I finally started researching some medical help on how to get my weight under control. 3 main goals was home life, work-life balance, lose 75 pounds, and become a $100,000 stylist. So in the latter part of 2016, I really started making decisions. I already had my vision board, but daily I started practicing making decisions that benefited myself. And they were hard decisions. Sometimes it was going places by myself. It wasn't necessarily the popular thing to do for my current environment, but it was what I needed to do for me. So by creating my goals on my vision board, it kept me focused on what I needed, on what Jessica and Jessica's spirit needed. We get to the end of 2016. I still had that $100,000 stylist on my goal. Like, I was hoping to at least do that, and I missed it by $3,000. However, that was the most I had ever done in a year as a hairstylist. I mean, so even though I missed my big goal, I did more than I had ever done before. So that still like fueled me that this is real. Like, I can still do what I need to do. I wasn't upset about it, but that was a year that I just had to withdraw. And the high point of that, because I had gained weight, I had done all of the opposite things of what I was supposed to do, except I did actually go see my family two times that year. 16 was just a year where you're just you're not really coasting, but you can see the changes that are happening. So, 2017, it's a new year, I'm starting over, like, I still have my goals. First thing, in January, I put my goals up. I came so close to hitting most of my goals the year of 2016, and 2017 was like a breath of fresh air. I don't know what it was, some sort of switch flipped, but I went back to my drawing board. I remember sitting in my bed, and at this point, I'm now doing vision boards at home because I had started saying yes to Jessica and no to so many other things. It still is on my vision board to continue to practice saying no and saying yes. Still, I'm gonna do my $100,000. I'm going to lose 75 pounds. And I just wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to have tons of energy. I wanted to just be able to live and to breathe and to just do things that 2017, that January, I made decisions that I wanted to change my life. So that January, I sought medical help, and I decided to have the gastric sleeve done. That was the beginning of my health journey. And the cool thing about the program is not only did I have my surgery, but I was able to talk to a nutritionist. I was able to go to classes. I was able to do all of these things to help me learn how to eat, to live, and how to eat to nourish my body. So by the end of 2017, I had lost 110 pounds. I was so much healthier. I was active. My confidence had really just kind of soared. I'm talking about confidence for me, like confidence for Jessica to do and be Jessica. That year I did $103,000. So the $3,000 I was missing the year before, I was able to add it to my $100,000 in 2017. So I finally became what we call an elite stylist. I actually didn't go see my family at all that year, but I had family come to me 2 times that year. So that was pretty awesome. So even though I didn't travel, 2 times people traveled to me. Everything was happening so fast, and all of those things I had been wanting for so long, they finally came about. And so those were more like dreams. But once I created an action plan, or once I created a plan, then it became a goal. And so it was still on my vision board. And how about this? In 2017, when I was younger, like way back in school, I always wanted to go to a New York City hair show and work New York Fashion Week. I got to do both of those things. And that wasn't even on my 2017 vision board. That was way back when I was in high school, like in cosmetology school in high school. I love a Toyota 4Runner. So in 2017, I was able to get a 4Runner again. And a 4Runner, to me, it's like a symbol. It is my freedom symbol. And 2017 was my freedom year. And by the end of that year, we also set a wedding date. What? I know that I was a little all over the place with my 2017, but so much changed that year. And it was all things that I had on not my piece of paper vision board, but like my vision board here and my vision board here. Like it was like a vision board just collided into my life that year. 2017 was just like one of those like crazy awesome years where like change is happening. But I honestly believe that change started happening because I decided that I was worth investing in. I started saying yes to Jessica and no to the whirlwind around me. So I hope that you start saying yes to you and no to the whirlwind around. If you would like to see more content like this as far as creating the change and just different things that empower you creatively living life, like this video, leave me a comment, and hopefully there's a whole lot more to come. Alright, so the beginning of 2018, still doing vision boards, but more manifestation work. I was able to attend my first conference with my company, which I was super pumped about. That was on my 2015 goal when I said I wanted to become a $100,000 writer or a $100,000 stylist. One of the perks was being able to go to conference. So in 2018, I got to go to my first conference. My plans were, my manifestation plans, my vision goals was to go to conference, to meet, to have conversations with our corporate directors or our corporate leaders in our company, as well as people that I had been inspired by on social media connections. And then I really was I was so overwhelmed with so much gratitude. I really wanted to consciously maintain that attitude of gratitude. I just wanted to take in every moment and just be super grateful, like practice being grateful. And then of course, we were planning our wedding and it was perfect. It was everything that we wanted it to be. And then we were gifted a honeymoon. Like that wasn't even on my vision board. I mean, maybe like a beach trip because I love going to the beach. But like we were gifted a trip to Maui. It was amazing. Which we didn't go on that until 2019. But we were gifted it in 2018. Part of my health journey continues. I wanted to join a gym. I wanted to challenge myself to see what I could do. I had never been a super athletic kid other than softball, like nothing. And so I was up in the gym working on my fitness. For real though. Like I was lifting up weights with like Muscle Man over here. And so like that was just all part of my health journey continuing. So that year I just tried, I wanted to be a yes person. I wanted to try new things just to see if I could do them. And 8 or 9 times out of 10, I could do them. Running isn't probably my best whatever, but I did it. In 2018, I didn't really write any of those things down. It was just saying yes and seizing any moment of opportunity. If I wanted to do it, I did it. If I didn't want to do it, but I knew that I needed to do it because that's what was best for Jessica, then that's what I did. Yeah. So that was 2018. 2019, we're living, we're manifesting. And at the beginning of the year, there were 2 main things that I wanted to do on top of all of the things that we were already going to do. Those 2 main things was I wanted to raise my credit score. One of those things was to become a $125,000 stylist, which is what we call elite gold. I also had a plan for when we went to Maui. I wanted to seize every moment, every opportunity. Any activity we wanted to do, we did it. I wanted to be able to buy a house. I wanted to start looking for a house in 2019, be able to buy one in 2020. However, as funny as as strange as the universe is, or as much as God's protection, and so our goal was to get somewhere on the same page. So in 2020, we would be able to purchase. However, things happened a lot faster than that. We put our condo on the market. It sold in less than 24 hours. So we had basically 7 days or 3 days to find our house on the. We eventually came across a house that was not anything on my vision board because I had everything on there. However, I was practicing being open and living an attitude of gratitude, and we came across this contemporary house that it met more than all of my expectations, with other than the fact that it was a contemporary and it was split level, and it was everything that Jill wanted and beyond. It was our house, and I knew that it was our house. I knew it was our house before we even walked in the door because I knew it when I drove by it. So, and we were able to buy that in 2019. And so when I drove by it, and then I put the house on my vision board. So we got our house, and that was 2019. And then that brings us to January of 2020. So much had happened in the last 3 years. It was like a whirlwind of beautiful chaos that I didn't expect, but I'm so grateful for it. And so where do you go from here? What do you do? What I put on this year's vision board, I actually did cutouts on this year's vision board. And one of my main things at the very top of my vision board, it says, how do you feel about the concept that perhaps purpose isn't a mysterious thing you need to search for your whole life, but it could instead be right in front of you day to day? Yeah, so this vision board was, I wanted to work on my plants at my house. I wanted to enjoy being in my house. But I wanted to possibly go into life coaching or to help people in realizing their potential in creating the life that they want, or to see their beauty. And here we are on my YouTube channel. So hopefully this is the beginning of a whole new journey. So here you guys are watching the middle of my vision boards come to fruition. This is why you need to make you a vision board. And now that you've listened to all of that long-winded story, I think I'm going to go to speech classes. That way I can learn how to stay focused and engaging. Let me know in the comments if this was engaging. I don't know. I have no idea. I tend to ramble when I get very excited. However, you get the edited version, so who knows if I'm really going to be rambling or not on there. So finally, the moment that you've been waiting for is how to create a vision board. How do you do it? What do you do? I mean, like, clearly, technically, all you need is a piece of paper, and all you need is a piece of paper and to write down the things or the areas that you would like to see changed in your life, or what you want to invite in. But I will kind of talk you through my personal way of doing my vision boards and how I've been doing them probably since 2016, the year that I stepped away from the chaos and stepped away from the rat race and decided to focus on Jessica. So since 2016, this is kind of how my vision board creation process happens, and it evolves over time. So first and foremost, you just go to a place of meditation. Whether it's you sit down on your couch, turn off all your cell phones, turn off your phones, turn off your TV. If you have to use your phone, maybe put it on airplane mode or something so you can use like your little notes inside your phone if that's what you're using for your vision board. And take some time to meditate, to just think and to pray, and to get into a mindset of gratitude. You're just going to acknowledge and honor the path that led you to this point. And then you're just going to think about the past year, the past month, the past day, the last hour. I mean, if it was that long ago, you've been watching this video for maybe an hour. I don't know. And so you're just going to think about all of those. You're going to think about your life, basically, is what you're thinking. And then once you're kind of at a place where you're thinking about your life, no judgment on your life, you're just acknowledging what it is, you're going to go into a place of gratitude. So in a sense, write down things that you're grateful about your life, or verbally say out loud the things that you're grateful for, and you just sit there for a few minutes with that gratitude, with that thankfulness. In a sense, even if you're not feeling the gratitude, try to find things that you are grateful for. And if something comes up that makes you angry, whatever, you just acknowledge it, go on to the next thing that you are grateful for. And so anyways, get into a grateful or a thankful meditation space, and then you're going to write them down. Now that you're in a thankful space, start to think about what you want more of in life. What you want more of as far as like the emotions that you want to feel. How do you want to feel in life on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, like in general? Like, how do you want to be? Is it happy? Is it joy? Is it hope? Like, what do you want to feel? And it's okay to have the negative thoughts, but just acknowledge that they're there and tell them that they don't hold any space right now. They have to wait till their turn, and then get back to your gratitude or your grateful, your thankfulness mindset, and all the things that you want to invite into your life. And then you can also visualize the things that you want into your life, or the people that you want into your life, the relationships that you would like into your life. And I'm not saying that you have to change the people of the relationships, but like, if you want to change the value of that relationship, and innately to give yourself care and start to say yes to yourself, those relationships are going to change and evolve anyways. However, put that, if you want a better relationship with your spouse, put that on your vision board. And what does a better relationship with your spouse mean? Put that on there, that you want to have date nights, that you want to get along, you want to be able to have open communication. Like, you can put those things on your vision board. So if it's material things, put that on your vision board. And as you're visualizing all the things that you want, the relationships that you want, why you want those things, you're going to, with each one that you write down, you're going to pause and take a moment to feel in the moment that you're meditating, what it will feel like when you have your said goal. So what it's going to feel like if you had those meaningful conversations with your spouse. What it's going to mean when you're driving the vehicle that you want. What it's going to mean when you're unlocking or opening the door to your house, or when you're, whatever it is, visualize. Those are just the things that I put on my vision board. Whatever those things are, imagine the gratitude, imagine the thankfulness, imagine the emotions and the feeling of already having what you're putting on your board. And then you're also going to imagine what a day looks like, what it feels like when you have accomplished those goals, what it feels like when you're living the life, having and doing the things that you're putting on your vision board. And then you're just going to visualize the person that you want to be. You're going to visualize the person that you think that you will be having those things. So just visualize who you want to be. What do you want to be? And then you take a moment and you thank yourself for having that quiet time, and you thank yourself for dreaming. And then the next part is like the fun part. After I do highly recommend that you write everything down. So you think it, you feel it, you write it. And once you think it, you feel it, you write it. And then if you decide that you want to go further with it, a lot of times that's just where I stop. But if you want to go further, find you some magazines. Go to Pinterest and pin a board, or cut out the images and stick it on a piece of paper. You probably don't want it to be quite as chaotic as this. However, like, do whatever, have fun with it. And once you create your board, or you keep it simple and it's just your piece of paper, you put it somewhere that is eye level, someplace that you're going to see, I would say, at least 3 times a week. A lot of people say see it daily. If you have like other like little sticky notes, you can put those everywhere if you would like. And so, but you just want to have daily reminders for what your long-term goals are. Daily reminders for who you want to be. And by having those daily reminders, you're going to start your day already in the mindset of creating in the direction that you want it to go. If you listen to my journey, I like to create a board, a new one every year, a big one every year. And then I will go back and revisit it every month just to kind of see where I'm at. And then if I achieve some of those things, or I do some of those things a little earlier than the end of the year, then sometimes I add new things on there. Sometimes that I'm at a loss. I was at a loss for like 6 months before I created this one right here. So after we bought the house, but I was busy enjoying my house. And so don't forget to enjoy the time of the in-between. Like, enjoy that. One big thing, absolutely big thing is to remember is that your vision board is yours. That is what I think changed my life in 2016 and going into 2017 with my vision board. Is before that, everything was what Jessica wanted, based with a screen of what everyone was going to think about me in those wants or in those things. Like, it was that was creating a vision board through somebody else's screen, but things that were okay, things that I wanted, but things that didn't put anybody else out. Your vision board is your vision board. Let it be yours. Put your dreams on there. Put the things that you want on there, and everything else will evolve and it will change around you. And yes, it's not always going to be easy, and it's not always going to be rainbows and sunshines and unicorns or whatever people say. It is not. But one of my favorite things that Lisa Nichols says, she makes some sort of reference about when you fill your cup, you get to fill others with your overflow. You're no longer filling other people's cup until yours runs dry. That practice is what changed my life. What are you doing still watching this video? Go make a vision board. Comment below and tell me, or message me, I'm on Instagram, and tell me what you're most excited about, and then come back around and then let me know how it's changed your life. Thank you for watching. If you watched this whole thing, God bless you if you have. I'm so excited for you to go change your life. And so this is just the beginning. Oh yeah, subscribe to my channel. There's going to be more videos, vision boards, manifestations, and just positive creations. In the meantime, of all of the big goals, we have little goals such as creating Home Sweet Home, creating our wardrobe, whatever. And so go create a beautiful life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.